If Jesus was sent by the God, yeah, and I think you believe as well. Jesus was sent from the God as prophet. Do you understand now why Jesus is not the God?
Because I understand that what you're saying is that in the Bible there are like lots of different prophets that are also related to as
Son of God, yeah.
not only. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
So you mean that that's incoherent?
What?
I mean, you mean that you mean that the Bible is incoherent in that sense, that they can't say.
It's used metaphoric. The Son of God used as metaphor. Do you understand?
Okay.
Used as metaphor, it redirects the prophets.
Okay.
Yeah, you understand? When it says the Son of God, it means the prophet. And we do believe, additionally, we do believe this, the Prophet Muhammad is the last and the final messenger as well. Like the Jesus, he was a prophet as well. Does it make sense to you? So, good. Okay, let me tell you why he is prophet. Because if you look at the, for example, what's this brand, Collusion or something? Yeah. So if you wear the T-shirt of Collusion, and if you sell the product of Collusion in Speaker's Corner, for example, this Sunday, if next Sunday someone came with the same T-shirt selling the Collusion products and speaking about the Collusion, how can we conclude this incident? We can conclude that you came from same company, right? You came as sales executive or something like that from same company. You're employer of this company. How do you understand that Jesus and Prophet Muhammad both are prophet and they came from same God? We can test it. How can you test? Look at the message what Jesus gave. What Jesus said? Pray to the only true God.
Look at the message. What was that?
Yeah, look at the message, what Jesus said and what Prophet Muhammad gave. So, as we said, if you come from collusion, and if both two people come from same company, they will give the same speech, right? Then we can understand they have the same brand, selling same product, and giving same speech. So we can conclude that you are from same company. Yeah. Likewise, imagine Prophet Muhammad never meet with Prophet Jesus. So how can they give the same message? How can give the same guidance? There's a pray to only true God. And they are saying pray to the only true God, not me. Jesus never said pray to me. Yeah? And Jesus always said the Father is the only true God. Not he, not any other being. And the Prophet Muhammad said as well the same things. La ilaha illallah. There is no God except one who created me and you except Allah. Do you see the correlation between their message? So how can we conclude that they came from the same message? They came from the same God and they have the same message. Look at the Moses, what he said to his people. There's the pray to the only true God, one true God. Look at the Abraham, what he said, pray to the only true God. Look at the Lut, what he said, pray to the only true God. What Adam said, pray to the only true God. They never worship any other God. They worship one true God. So when
they're never going to worship three different gods.
they worship one true God. For example, if you look at the Bible, what Jesus said in John 17:3, chapter 17, verse 3, Jesus said, the only true God is the Father. So if I say there is only Spanish girl, you are the only Spanish girl, what does it mean? There is no other Spanish boy or girl exists, right? Here, you are the only one who came from Spain. So when Jesus said, the only true God is the Father, what does it mean? Meaning, there is no other God except the Father. Do you understand? So, and the Jesus said the same thing, Prophet Muhammad said the same thing, that we worship to the only one true God, not any other God. Does it make sense to you? Does it make sense there is one God? Does it make sense to you? One God? You believe in one God, right? Does it make sense the Prophet Jesus was a prophet, Moses was a prophet, Abraham was a prophet, and Prophet Muhammad was a prophet? Does it make sense?
Yeah, I understand that.
So yeah, if you think it does make sense that you believe there is one God, one creator only, like the Jesus believed, only one God, not the Son, Father, or these or that. Jesus believed only one creator. And what he said, I'm going to your Father and my Father and your God and my God. So if someone says Jesus is God, how God has a God? Do you understand? Because
there can be two at the same time.
yeah. Do you understand? So God cannot have a God. Yeah, Jesus is saying, I'm going to your God and my God. So Jesus is not the God. He didn't mention that he is the God. He said the only true God is the Father in John 17:3. Yeah. So does it make sense that Jesus is a prophet? Do you understand now? Yeah. And do you understand why Prophet Muhammad is the prophet as well?
Yeah, I get that. I get that the idea you're conveying is that both of them are prophets.
Prophets, yeah.
For the
Yeah.
same, yes.
So if it does make sense, there is only one God, you believe and you subscribe. And if you believe Prophet Jesus, Prophet Moses, Prophet Abraham, all of them are prophet, that's the belief of Muslim. Because even the Christianity doesn't believe that. The things you believe, it's not the belief of Christian, because Christians believe in triune God. Yeah? Which doesn't make sense with the Jesus as well. For example, if you want
For
to
example, the Virgin Mary?
triune God.
The Virgin Mary?
Yeah, I do believe Virgin Mary as well. In Islam, we believe Jesus came from Virgin Mary. We believe Jesus had a miracle. We believe all prophet came with the miracle. We subscribe to this. And the amazing thing is this: Judaism doesn't accept Jesus nor the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Christianity,
Judaism doesn't accept Jesus.
no.
Then who is their prophet?
Prophet Moses. You understand? So they don't accept the Jesus or the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon all of them.
And
But
they also consider that, that Moses was God?
no, they don't say Moses is God. They don't say. They say he's the prophet, but they don't subscribe to the Prophet Jesus or Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon them. You understand? But only the Islam, which says لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله. There is no differentiate between the prophet. Moses was a prophet. Jesus was a prophet. You see the link between all the Jewish, Christians. Islam is the only religion which makes link between all of the prophets, amongst the prophets. Yeah, does it make sense to you? There's the God is one and Prophet Muhammad is the last and the final messenger. So if it does make sense, this God is one and Prophet Muhammad is the last messenger, you can become Muslim.
Yeah, well, I think that there's lots of many things but I understand. I mean that
Yeah.
I will read more about it because I'm
Yeah,
curious about this.
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So what you can do, if you believe that, if you already believe, you subscribe that there is one God,
I
right?
still have my doubts. I mean, I'm
That's
not
fine.
100%. I've been
Yeah.
baptized, but
Do you have any question on this?
Like why, for example, I would like to ask you why you think. I mean, why is religion important for you in your daily life? I mean, why do you?
That's a good question. That's a good question. For example, as human being, we have a purpose of our life, right? For example, if I live my life, if I, going to work, coming to the work, just enjoying, it's not the purpose of my life. As Muslim and as a human being, we have the bigger purpose. For example, if you make a phone, you will make this phone for a purpose.
If
Not,
you make a what? If you make
for example, if you make a phone, cell phone, or computer, you will make it for a purpose. You will not make it just for fun. Yeah, you will make it for a purpose. And God sent us. God gives us life. Who gives us life? God, the Creator. So He sent us for a purpose. That's,
do you? Sorry, I sorry for
Yes,
interrupting you.
sure.
Do you believe in evolution?
the belief, evolution is a theory. Do you understand? So evolution is a theory. So believing in a theory is not the mandatory. For example, I do understand how evolution works. I'm a student of science. I study medical science, and I understand how evolution works. I know this. I know the evolution. I know the evolution. I know about the Big Bang. Do you understand this? But what we believe we were created by the God. The Creator created us. Do you understand? And the God sent us for a reason. The reason is we need to worship Him. We need to be gratitude for Him. We need to show our gratitude to the God.
And how does that impact your daily life?
Yeah, that's a good point. So when you have the purpose, your life will be in a routine, in a structure. For example, if you don't have the purpose, for example, you can do whatever you want. But if you have the purpose, if you have 9 to 5 job, you will set the alarm that okay, I need to go. Your alarm will be 8 a.m. So you need to go at 9 a.m. to the office, right? Then you will come. So you have a structural life. It's not something okay. I don't want to go today because I'm quite lazy or this or that. But you have to go because you have a purpose. You need to go to the office. Likewise, our life has a bigger purpose. We here in this dunya, in this world, for a certain period. Think about it. 100 years ago, where we were. 100 years later, where we will be. We will not be in this dunya, right? We have to die. So what will happen after the death? we have a bigger purpose that we believe hereafter as well. That our life will not end here just. Our life is just a test. We have to pass the test. And like the exam, if you go to the exam without any preparation, so you will fail the exam, right? And we believe God sent us to worship Him. And worship is not need for the God, it's for us. Like we want to get the mercy from the Creator because we need to show the gratitude to the Creator. We need to be grateful to the Creator who created you and me. If you are not grateful to your parents, it will be, they will be so angry. If you're, for example, if you say, okay, I don't have any parents, doesn't make sense. No, you have to be grateful to them. You have to respect them because they are your parents. What about who created your parents too? Your God created you, my God, your God and my God, our God created us. So you have to be grateful to the God. That's the reason when you be grateful to the God, when you know the purpose of your life, that you have to meet the Creator once you die, so you will be in a structural way, and this structure will go to for the biggest success.
But
Because
during your time on Earth, do you think you can live the same way without believing in God? I mean, that during the time you're living on Earth, you can live the same life?
No,
you can have the same values?
No, for
without
example,
believing in God?
no, not really. Because of what? Because if I want to commit a sin, for example, if I want to kill someone, my religion will say no, you cannot kill someone because you have to be. God will judge you according to your action. So then I have to stop in a certain point. Even if I have if I have some bad things in my mind, it will stop me.
But
Because
don't you believe that even if you don't have a religion, not Islam, not Christian, I mean no religion at all, you can have
then you
values
don't
that-
have. Yeah, I don't understand. But in that time, you don't have the standard because
You don't have, sorry?
you will not have any standard. For example, if you think your standard is good right now, maybe 2 years later you can change your mind. And you can do you understand? And if you have the ultimate standard, there's the ultimate standard from the God. So how do you understand the morality? We understand the morality who created us. He understands what the morality is. He understands the best. For example, if you make a phone or the laptop, who will be the best person to talk about this? You. Because
If you make a phone.
if you make a phone or a laptop or any device, who will be the best person to speak about it? You, because you are the
person
creator.
who made it,
Yeah, who made it. So God created us, and He knows what's best for us and what's evil for us, what's good for us, what's bad for us. Do you understand? So if we spend our life according to the structure from the God gave the structure in the Quran.
You mean that you're going to know how to live a better life if
Exactly.
you follow some
Yeah.
rules?
If you follow the rules from the God, because He's our creator, and He knows better how to. If you live the life this way, you will go to the paradise. You will have the better outcome. If you go in a bad way, you'll go in a bad way. Because in the Quran says, "Al-yawma akmaltu lakum dinakum wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati wa raditu lakum al-islam dina." Meaning, Quran says in Arabic. Yeah. Quran says Allah fulfilled the deen. Allah gives all the rahmah, all the barakah. Barakah meaning the mercy to the mankind. So Allah gives the full guidance to the Quran how to lead your life. You see? So Quran says don't commit adultery. So if you have the adultery in your society, you will have problem in your family. You will have problem between the husband and wife because it will break the society. Yeah. Look how Islam make the construction. Islam says you can't take the bribe. So when people take the bribe, they become dishonest, right? And it will cause a bigger problem in the society, even in a country,
And
right?
don't you think that between the values of Islam, I'm not talking about like the representation of God and how the abstract conception is, but regarding the values, don't you think it's very similar to Christianity?
Not really, because, for example, if anyone rapes someone, or if anyone steals something, there is no rules in the Christianity what you need to do according to the Bible.
But it's a sin too. I mean, it's also
It's a
conceived
sin.
as a sin.
But sin, there is a hudud as well. In the Islam, there is a certain punishment as well. If you do something, there is a certain punishment as well. For example, what's the financial solution? There is no financial solution according to the Bible. In Christianity, what's the modern finance? How modern finance work? How can you, for running a country, you need the finance, you need the judiciary system, you need all the system, right? So if you look into the whole Bible, it doesn't talk anything about the financial system. How do you run the economy? But in the Quran, you will find. you'll find it talks about the economy.
Because they consider it to be separate. I mean, they consider, I think, religion to be separate from like other aspects of life.
No, so that's the reason. That's the difference between the Islam and the other religion. Other religion will talk about some spirituality, some act in spiritual act, but Islam is not like this. If Islam talks only the spiritual things, then the verse will be maybe, there is a 114 chapter in the Quran, in this Quran, maybe 50 chapter is okay, 50 or 40 chapter will be okay if it talks only the spirituality, only the worship. Islam doesn't talk only the worship. Islam talks how to lead your life, how to run the society, how to run your family, how to be a good wife, how to be a good husband, how to be a good teacher, how to be a good son, how to be a good student. Islam teaches every aspect of life. When you find the all solution in the Islam, and it talks about all the steps what a man or woman or a human being should take to get a better life. And Islam says, if you follow in the Quran, if you follow the Quran, you'll get a better life. And because this Quran is from the God, and if God says something to you and God instructs you to follow, for example,
Do you have to follow like everything that it says to the letter? I mean, do you take personally? Do you take what you read in the Quran to the
we
letter?
try our best. For example, it's not that this country or the countries is not run by Islamic law, so we can't follow everything. For example, in judiciary system, Islamic law is not allowed in this country, so I can't follow this. So we need to try our best as much as we can in our personal level. For example, doing prayer, don't take the bribe, don't commit adultery. We can do this as well. You understand? So it's our within our capacity.
You know your capacity.
Exactly, within our capacity. And if the ruler have the capacity to run the country within the Quran and Sunnah, that's Quran said. You need to run the country, run the society, run run your family within the structure of the Quran. For example, Quran doesn't allow to take the drug. So you can see how drug breaks our society. Yeah, how drug have the bad
But drug is not allowed by political laws either in a country.
There.
I mean, not just by
Exactly.
religion.
I understand. But why I'm saying Islam completely stopped it. For example, you can sell the drugs. You can even produce the drugs. In Islam, you can't do this because drug is harmful for the human being. And in Islam, you can't do the adultery. For example, if you got married and your husband do the adultery, it will be bad for you, bad for your family, bad for the society. Islam stops it. Islam doesn't allow to take the bribe. Islam stops it. In financial system, Islam says if you have a certain amount of money, you need to give for the poor people. And
So you think that Islam is going to force you to do that, and while other laws that are enforced now in Occidental societies will not force you to do it, they just give you the option to do that. Or because they're always going to tell you to donate money. I mean, in any society.
donation,
in any
yeah. So
cultural-
donation money, the donation is completely different than the compulsory thing. For example, if I am a Muslim and I have a certain amount of money, yeah, then I need to pay the zakah. Zakah means that I need to pay the money, additional money I do have to the poor people. What's the reason for this? Because Islam believes in equality to all the people. Islam treats all the people out of race, out of, Islam doesn't say, okay, poor is lower people. Islam doesn't say this. Even you will find billionaire or millionaire is in prayer in the next line of a poor people, because he goes later. So Islam doesn't allow that, okay, you're a rich person, so you have the greater value. No, Islam doesn't say this. Islam sees all the people as equal. Yeah, and that additional money, the zakah, will give to the poor people because they can get a better life. Yeah, they can develop their life with this.
I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah, that's fine. So does it make sense to you? There's
I understand
Allah.
that
Yeah,
point that was very interesting.
good. Yeah. So
And I will read more about Islam.
That's fine, yeah.
You've given me a curiosity to learn
Yeah,
more about
that's
it.
fine.
My
So-
cousin is actually reading the Quran, so
Really?
she can lend it to me.
So as we discussed, does it make sense? There is one creator, there is
I
one
understand
God.
what you mean, yes, and
Yeah.
I'm going to ask that
That's
around
fine.
too.
So why I'm saying, I'm giving the Quran as gift, and there is two or three other literature I'm just giving to you. And bro, can you just give some just small idea? You will get some information about what Islam says about the women, what Islam says about the how to lead your life, what Islam says about your hereafter, what Islam says about this life. So Islam is the complete guidance for the human being. Yeah. So that's what I tried to say. And I think you understand what we discussed, and you can look into it. You can look into the Quran, and as you believe one God, as you subscribe that Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu is the last and the final messenger, inshallah you can become Muslim anytime. Just take the Shahada, you can become Muslim. Yeah. So take the time as you're trying to take time. So take time. But what I'm saying, when you get the true, accept it. Yeah, as an intellectual person, you should accept the true when you get the true. If I say 5 plus 5 equal to 8 and this uncle say 5 plus 5 equal to 10, you will accept him because he is the right. You will not accept me because I'm saying 5 plus 5 equal to 8. So as an intellectual person, what you need to do, read the Quran, and the things we discuss, it does make sense to you, said, and inshallah we pray that all other things will make sense to you. And once you see that Islam does make sense to you, don't just put it away. Take the Islam, take the pure Islam, and you will see.
Can I ask you one
Sure.
last question? Just sorry, because I
Sure.
do you think that if you were born like in another society, imagine you were born in another culture, right?
Yeah.
Because at the end, if you think about it, when you're born in Europe, well, certainly you turn to be Christian. You're born in the Middle East, you turn to be Muslim. Do you think that if you were born somewhere else, you would have converted to Islam?
That's a very good question. That's a very good question, because there is a verse in the Quran and the Hadith as well. There's every single person born with the fitrah. What is the fitrah? Fitrah means the natural belief. What's the natural belief? Natural belief is that there is one God. You understand? Every child born with their natural belief, and it's scientifically proved as well. What's the belief? That there is one God. Yes. And at a certain point, for example, when you small kids, you don't have any idea about what Islam is, what Muslim is, what Quran is. But when you are adult, for example, right now you are an adult person, so you can check whether it does make sense to you or not. So when you see the Quran, when you get the da'wah, when you get the message of Islam, you should look into it. And once you look into it and it makes sense, then you should accept it. So it's not just forcing to you. Islam doesn't allow to force anyone to accept the Islam. And I do understand in a society, when you're raised in a society, everyone is Christian. Obviously, you will become Christian by your parents, not by yourself, because parents will take you in the church. But when you become the
You're a
adult,
Muslim too, right? I mean, when you're Muslim, your parents will also. I don't know if you're
exactly, I do understand. But for myself, I was kind of agnostic. I was agnostic. I born in Muslim family.
Until what age?
In 16, 17, 18 in the time.
But you were baptized. I don't know if they baptized you. I
No,
don't
we don't believe the baptized by the church, baptized by the this. When we commit any sin, thank you. When you commit any sin, when I commit any sin, we can directly pray to the God. That's, oh God, forgive us. That's it. We don't need to go to the church to forgiveness. We don't need to go to anyone to forgiveness. We have direct connection to the God. Do you understand? Yeah.
And you don't have to. I mean, for example, in your case, you were agnostic, and suddenly you decided to be a Muslim.
No. I read the Bible, I read the Gita, I look into the other religion, and I look into the Islam as well. Then Islam makes most sense for me. For example, as I said, that today's Christianity is saying Jesus is God, but Jesus never claimed to be God. Do you understand? Today's Christianity is saying the Holy Spirit is God, but we don't find any Trinity. We don't find even the Trinity word in the whole Bible. Do you understand? So how can I subscribe to something which is not propagated by their own books? How can I subscribe? And
But why did you get interest? I mean, why were you interested in looking at other?
because I was trying to find the truth. What's the ultimate truth is? Do you understand? Do you understand? Yeah, do you understand it? So then I choose the
When
Quran.
you were still in, when you were still in Bangladesh, or when you were, have you lived your whole
No.
life?
When I was in Bangladesh, in that time, I looked into it. Before coming to the UK. Yeah, before coming to the UK as well. So the thing is, the hidayah, the right path, the guidance to the hands of Allah, and we can give just the message. And Allah gives you the sound reasoning, and if as an intellectual being, you should ask yourself that if it does make sense to you, why I'm not accepting. Do you understand my point?
Yeah, I understand.
So when Bible doesn't making sense, how can I accept the Bible? When Bible says the Genesis chapter 19, this is the one prophet, Lut alayhi salam. Lut is the prophet of Christian and Muslim. He made the physical relationship with his own daughter. Can I believe that? Like a prophet of God making physical relationship with his own daughter. I don't subscribe to this God. I don't subscribe to this religion. But in Islam, alhamdulillah, we're very pure, and you can test the Quran whether it comes from God or not. For example, Bible, the Jesus spoke in Aramaic. His disciples spoke in Aramaic, but we don't find any Bible in Aramaic. The earliest Bible we found in Greek. You see?
There's
Even
no Bible in Arabic.
no,
What?
no. The Bible, the Jesus was speaking in Aramaic. His language was Aramaic, and his disciples Aramaic.
What's Arabic? I don't know.
Aramaic, a language, semantic language. So Jesus was spoken in Aramaic. Aramaic. Yeah, you can write in Google, you will find it. So Jesus spoke in Aramaic. His speech was in Aramaic, and he was spreading the deen in Aramaic. Yeah, and the Injil came in Aramaic. Yeah, but in today's, even the earliest Christian, we don't find any Aramaic language. Even the original language has been corrupted. You understand? But we don't have this issue with the Quran. Prophet Muhammad spoke in Arabic. The disciple was spoken Aramaic. Quran came to the Prophet from the God in Arabic. We found it in Arabic. Book is in Arabic. Still, we do have in Arabic.
How do you write that? A-I-H-R?
Arabic. A-R-A-B-I-C. Arabic. Yeah.
Okay.
Arabic for the Quran. Yeah, for the Bible, for the Jesus, he spoke in Aramaic. A-R-I-A-M-O-A-I-C. Aramaic. So you can look into it. Yeah.
I'll look into it. And
So the Quran is
gonna be
preserved.
late, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. So you can take the Quran, look into it, and do your own research.
But if you don't have a lot, don't worry because my cousin.
Yeah, no.
has
I
one.
do have lots. Don't worry about this. You can take the Quran, inshallah, and read it. Alhamdulillah, you subscribe in one God. You subscribe in true Prophet. You just need to do the next step, which is Shahada. If you say in Arabic that I believe in one God and the Prophet Muhammad is the last messenger, you can become Muslim. That's very simple. Yeah. All right. All right. No problem. Take care. Thanks. It's nice to speak.
One second. Do you mind if I speak to you?
Yeah, I'm really late. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she needs to go.
Okay. Actually, you have to have a rehearsal, of this. There is the one God who to be worshipped, and then Muhammad is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the messenger. If you have a rehearsal, normally you go on a stage, have a rehearsal. If you have a rehearsal today, then whenever you become a Muslim,
You can take. You can
when
take.
you're alone on your own,
What-
you can do that yourself.
What he's saying, there's the recitation of the Shahada is just two sentences. There's one sentence in two parts. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah meaning I do believe there is no God except Allah, one creator we discussed, and Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu is the last messenger, as we believe. So if anyone recite it in Arabic from his or her heart, he can become Muslim. So as you are believing,
Okay, but right now I
yeah.
have
So I just said it.
to be able
Yeah. Whenever you take time now. Whenever you get the chance, read the Quran, look into it, research by your own self, and inshallah take the Shahada then.
Thank you very
Yeah, no
much.
problem.
It was
Take care.
nice meeting you.
Yeah, nice to speak to you.
Bye,
Take care.
thank you.
Bye. Thank you so much. Alhamdulillah. Yeah.
Have a rehearsal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you never know when you're on your own somewhere.
just to wrap up.
dying, and you're dying, and you say, oh, I want to take a shahada.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah,
So this is what came to my mind.
Yeah, we gave.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah.
Few things, which is
Yeah,
normal
inshallah,
people.